Hi everyone. Today, we are going to be talking about the great Italian Renaissance artist, painter, sculptor, architect, musician, mathematician, engineer, inventor, anatomist, geologist, cartographer, botanist, and writer. Yes, we said about the great Leonardo da Vinci. He was a true polymath, excelling in multiple fields with his extraordinary abilities for observing and understanding the natural world, which he used to fuel his artistic and scientific pursuits. He was born in 1452, and he was widely considered to be one of the most talented individuals in human history. He is most famous for his most iconic paintings, the Mona Lisa, the Last Supper, the Vitruvian Man, and many anatomical drawings. His keen eye for detail and mastery of techniques such as sfumato and chiaroscuro revolutionized painting. He also designed flying machines, war machines, hydraulic pump, and the first robot. His diverse talents and contributions continue to inspire and amaze people around the world. While his inventions and technological designs were often ahead of their time, Leonardo truly exemplified the idea of a Renaissance man. We will be taking a look at Da Vinci's life and legacy in this video. And please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and let me know in the comments what you think. So let's get started. On 15th of April 1452, Leonardo da Vinci was born in the Tuscan town of Vinci, Italy. He was the illegitimate son of Ser Piero da Vinci, a notary, and Caterina, a peasant girl. Yes, Leonardo da Vinci was born out of wedlock, which at the time was considered a social stigma. His parents were never married, and his father, Ser Piero, went on to marry 4 times and have legitimate children. Leonardo's illegitimacy meant that he was not entitled to inheritance, formal education, or many other privileges reserved for legitimate children. However, his father recognized his talent and supported him in pursuing his interests, which ultimately led to Leonardo's success as an artist and inventor. Little is known about Leonardo's early life. He spent his first 5 years in the hamlet of Anciano in the home of his mother, and from 1457 lived in the household of his father, grandparents, and uncle in the small town of Vinci. He was their illegitimate son. As a result, Leonardo did not receive a formal education like most children of his time. He received an informal education in Latin, geometry, and mathematics. Instead, he was mostly educated in the fields of reading, writing, and basic mathematics. His father, Piero, was a notary and a wealthy man, so Leonardo was exposed to art, music, and literature from a young age. He was also encouraged to pursue his interests and passions, which included drawing and painting. When Leonardo was around 14 years old, he became an apprentice in the workshop of Andrea del Verrocchio in Florence. This apprenticeship would have a significant impact on his artistic and technical skills. Despite his lack of formal education, Leonardo was a keen observer and a natural learner. He was curious about the workings of the world around him and explored various fields, including engineering, architecture, and science. He was a polymath, a person who has expertise in multiple domains of knowledge. Leonardo's childhood experiences contributed to his later success as an artist, inventor, and thinker. His unconventional upbringing and exposure to different fields of knowledge allowed him to develop a unique perspective and approach to his work.